Sharpshooting pain in the neck, down through the ribs. Been told that a rib is out of place by a chiropractor. Want to get some real answers for what's going on? This video is for you. What's up, everybody? I'm Dr. Matt Maggio, creator of the Peak Method and founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution, and I'm on a mission to make chronic injuries obsolete by helping people that are injured and in pain get properly educated and informed on their injuries and access to hands-on quality soft tissue treatment so they don't have to resort to bigger problems down the road like pain pills, injections, and surgeries, which only make things worse. All right, so we're back at it. Episode 3, Cole. Got our intern again of Ask the Doc. Got a question from Jamie and another IG question, right? I've been posting these videos on IG again, so we're getting more traction in there as well, even though I don't understand IG at all. But that's why I have a young intern to help me out. Jamie from IG. I keep having a sharp and stabbing pain on the back part of my ribs just below the shoulder blade. Each time it happens, I go to the chiropractor and they tell me my rib is out of place. I get an adjustment and it feels better for about a day, but it comes right back and more frequent as well. Is my rib really out of place or is something worse wrong? So this is a good question. See this a lot. It's an even better question coming from a chiropractor who doesn't do any adjustments. Let's link that video up too as well, Cole. That'll help kind of give a little bit of perspective of where I am. I'm the chiropractor that doesn't do any adjustments. We only focus on soft tissue. That'll give a little more context. But for this one, I want to use my fancy chart. I call it sclerotomes. We're going to get a little nerdy on you, which will be really good to help answer this question because it gets missed all the time and people suffer way more than they should. So let's head over. So one thing that is completely missed, specifically by a lot of musculoskeletal practitioners, is this idea of like referred pain. So we have this chart up in one of our clinics and they're called sclerotome pain referrals. And a lot of times when you're getting pain like deep into the trap, into the shoulder blade, and even down below, especially when you describe it as like a sharp, stabbing, just like really uncomfortable type of pain, what it actually is some irritation to the discs up in the neck. That can cause a lot of issues here. So down here we have all these different referrals, and one of the most common ones is the C6 referral right through here. It goes all the way down and can wrap around, and then you can also see one here on the C7 or the C8. These areas are really common, and what happens is they end up being a neck problem in there. So what happens over time is with our bad postures, we spend our whole life looking like this. It puts a lot of pressure on our disc. And when it puts pressure on the disc, it creates a lot of wear and tear and a lot of uncomfortable type of feelings. And that creates a lot of inflammation. And when the inflammation gets bad, it kind of radiates out pain and causes issues down there as well. So what happens is when you go to the chiropractor, they think, oh, down in through there, it's hurting there, your rib must be out of place. One thing I'm going to tell you, if your rib's out of place, you're in a lot of pain. I've broken ribs, I've dislocated ribs. You're in a lot of pain when that happens. The idea that your rib just goes out of place and it needs to get popped back in, it's just kind of malarkey. I use the word malarkey. I haven't used that one in a long time. It's malarkey. It doesn't really tell us what's going on. So why does it feel better when you get the adjustment, but it's only lasts for a day? So this is when I'm gonna get a little fancy. I talked about getting a little bit nerdy. So let's think of it this way. So when these areas are really inflamed, what happens is you have in your spinal cord. So your spinal cord starts and it goes all the way up. It's like a highway of information. And there's two things that go through that. One is pain and one is vibration and movement. So what happens is when you have pain, it's going crazy, sending this signal to your brain, ouch, 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 ouch. When you get the adjustment, what it does is it creates some motion and creates some vibration and movement. So these other things that are called mechanoreceptors, they go crazy and they start firing. And what they do when they do that is they block some of those pain receptors. So now you don't notice as much. The best example I can give is when you jam your finger in the door, what do? You go like this. And what happens? It feels better. So that's what's happening when you're getting your rib put back in place. What's really happening is you have a bigger problem in here. Your neck is getting overloaded, and we are in an epidemic of this problem because we spend so much time. You're probably watching us on your phone right now or down on your computer looking down. That's bad enough. But that's what's happening for this question is that you're actually inflaming that. And when I start getting like sharp stabbing type of things, I'm always thinking more of a neck problem in there. So great question. And this one gets missed a lot. And if you keep going to the chiropractor and they're putting your rib back in place, I don't think that's doing anything. But you can keep doing that, but as I said before, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Now, watch the video below where I talked about why I don't do adjustments, and it'll explain a little bit more, but that's all we got in this video for today. If you have any other questions, please feel free to send them over our way. We're always here to help. If you like this video, give it a comment, a like, or a share. Or even better, if you want to get in touch with a Peak Method trained practitioner and get some real results for your injury, there's information in the show notes below about how to do that and request a consultation. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.